Welcome to Veterans Info Tap. Here today we're going to be talking about when should you file your claim. Well, there's actually not one answer to this. As funny as that seems, you would think that there would be one answer, but it really depends on you and your situation. Are you currently serving? Are you currently in the military today? Active duty. Are you out? Are you a veteran? Or number three, it would be, are you a reservist? When can you file your claim? Do you know the answers to these? Maybe, maybe not. So obviously a veteran, you can file your claim at any time, no problems. And the great thing is you can take as many bites of the VA apple as you want. So I want to throw that in there as well. So whether you're a veteran, reservist, National Guard member, or active duty, you have different parameters a little bit. So if you are active duty, there is something called BDD, Bravo Delta Delta, Benefits Delivery at Discharge. This allows you, through the VA, to file a claim between 3 to 6 months of your discharge date or retirement date, whatever you're, whether you're getting out as just, you're done with your enlistment or time in service, or if you're actually retiring, it doesn't really matter. So from whatever your end date is, not terminal leave. Okay, not terminal leave, from your actual release date from the military. So 3 to 6 month window. Try to hit as close to that 6 month as you can, just because one of the big things, especially for married individuals in the military or those with dependent children, you have your housing allowance. And when you get out, that goes away. So the faster you can get your VA benefits, which is a monetary benefit, the better off you're going to be because you'll actually have some additional income coming in. Now, when it comes to filing that benefits delivery at discharge, you want to make sure you have your entire packet of military medical records with you, and then obviously any civilian doctors that you may have seen. You want to have all of that stuff together with you when you get ready to file that claim. Highly, highly suggest working with an accredited veteran rep. So that would be maybe your county veteran service office, a state level department office may have accredited reps in it, or even your American Legion or DAV or VFW type of organizations will also have accredited reps. Now, one of the beautiful things about the BDD process is that it will allow a transitioning service member to have their claim work in tandem as they're getting out of the military, which means that you've now had the VA working on your claim for 6 months, potentially, while you were getting ready to get out. So if it's taking 8 months to process claims, and it takes the VA 8 months to process your claim, that means you'll get it 3 months after you get out. Now, once you get out, what happens is those 3 months that they worked into your veteranhood, they will back pay you to your exit date. So you'll get 3 months of back pay, and then you'll start getting that monthly check every month. Now, the second one would be your reservists or National Guard members. Now, it's not the same as active duty, in which you have that short period of time in which you can actually file the claim. With active duty, you can file with reserves, you can file your claim at any time. So whether you're reserve or National Guard, if you're just a regular drilling soldier or Marine or airman or sailor or what have you, or guardian, you can file that claim at any time. Now, I caution you on this because you might file a claim that ends up, being very good. It might inhibit promotions or potentially inhibit you re-enlisting or what have you. So think about that. Have some conversations with folks in your unit or your command prior to doing that. Now, there are some advantages to having a disability, quote unquote, through the VA prior to getting out of your guard duty. And in some cases, I'll see people file for things that they know will be small. So let's say tinnitus, for an example, at 10%, and that's the only thing I want to file for. That's not going to inhibit me with my career progression. However, it now designates me as a 10% disabled veteran, which now, depending on certain circumstances, depending on where you're at, Some states will have additional benefits out there for you. And also the VA has different benefits available for you if you hit certain criterias. So the two off the top of my head would be is you could potentially qualify for VRNE through the VA, which is used to be the VOC Rehab, but now it's Veterans Readiness and Employment with the VA. And in some cases, you can get entered into that program on a 10% rating. Typically, they like to see 20, but in some cases, you can get in at 10%. Now, the other thing would be on the state side. If you have a 10% rating, for example, in the state of California, your dependent children get to go to any state school tuition free. So they could go to a state college, community college, a UC or CSU, all the way through, if they were going to a UC, they could go all the way through to a doctorate if they meet certain parameters, and that'll be another video. But that would be a good reason to go get rated while you are still serving in the Guard or the reserves. So you might have a child who's 17 or 18, what have you, graduating high school, needing to transition to college, and this could be a great opportunity for them. So just keep that in mind, that there might be reasons why you want to, and you don't always need to file for everything at once. You can file onesies, twosies. Remember that you could take as many bites of that VA apple as you'd like. And then your veterans, like I said, you can file anytime, over and over again. Don't really recommend filing for the same condition over and over again if you keep getting denied, unless you're providing additional evidence. So additional evidence could mean anything. It could be, I had my wife write a letter that she's experienced me having episodes of migraines, and so I needed her to write a letter. Now I have that new piece of evidence. Now I'm refiling that claim. So it's good practice to make sure that you're always keeping up on all of your conditions and making sure that there's if there's any sort of increases that you could be filing for, or secondary conditions. So with that, when should you file for a claim? Again, your active duty, 3 to 6 months before you get out, the actual discharge date. Your reservist, you can file anytime. Just be cognizant of any sort of ramifications that may come of higher rating. Be intentional with whatever you file for. And then your veteran, obviously, you're whenever you want, you take the shot. All right. So with that, I'll go ahead and conclude. Please make sure you hit like, subscribe. I'll keep pushing out content. And lastly, if we don't take care of each other, guess what? Something went wrong. Have a great one.